is making noises with synths, really. And also, we're pop. And there are times when people just don't want a pop record. They want rhythm and blues, or they want soul, or they want folk, or they want something. But if you stand there and say, let's be honest about this is a pop group, we try and make 4-minute singles, okay? Sometimes people are going to say, that's not what we want right now.
Kelly took a lifetime searching for the bottom line. I wasn't into searching, cause I was doing fine. I wasn't into fighting, chasing, sweating, slaving, fretting, racing. Any waste of effort isn't part of my design. Billy was an inspiration, positive and kind, until he let confusion overcome his youthful mind. Common sense dictated I could never be so blind. And then I see you.
You know, when we started this group, Joanne and I was 17, Joanne was 18. I can't remember how old you were.
I was 12.
Yeah, okay. And of course you change. You know, we were kids. We'd just come straight out of school, so we're all far more professional. We're better at our jobs. You know, when Joanne and I started, we'd never ever been in a studio. Neither of us were good singers. We're not great singers now, but we're not bad now. We used to be terrible, but now we're not bad. You know, and Philip's improved in his songwriting, his lyrics and things like that. I think we've all improved.
It's very hard for a number of people to carry on working together for a very long time. It's, you know, it's amazing because we happen to be very loyal to this bizarre concept, which is the group. We really believe in the Human League and we stick with it. But as you go along, people that I've thought I would work with for the rest of my lives, people that I really think a lot of, haven't been able to keep it up. It's just been too hard for them, and they've dropped out. We just keep going because we want it to work. It's so important to us. It's the biggest thing in our lives for some reason.
Will I see you again? Will I see you again? Will I see you again? Na 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 na. Happenstance, an episode unplanned, alone in time. Coincidence, the second chance, resounding like a rhyme. Our paths may cross against the odds to wreck the plans you made. Among the crowd of face that smiles to melt your masquerade.
We had a very black period where personally we had no confidence in ourselves and professionally we had no confidence in anything. And I think it wasn't until we left the old record company, and that's not to say that Virgin were a bad record company, they were very, very good for us, there were some fantastic people there, but I think we'd just been with them for too long and it was like a marriage, it had got stale and boring.
What had happened is someone would be a bit down about something and they'd phone the other two up and say, I can't stand being in this group any longer, I'm going to have to leave. And the other two, who at that time weren't feeling like that, would be saying, oh yeah, here she goes again, blah blah blah. And then you'd get out of that yourself and then someone else would be phoning you up and saying, I can't stand this group, I can't stand it, I'm going to have to leave. And you'd be going, oh yeah, I've heard it so many times before. And luckily it didn't happen that all three of us thought it at the same time, otherwise that might have been a different story.
If only I could see you, says a stranger deep inside, and lets you know that when you were so sure you really lied. If only I could see you, says the voice within your brain, and quietly, insistently it says it once again. And then I really need to know, will I see you again? Will I see you again? Will I see you again? Na 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 na.
We were only getting paid 35 quid when Don't You Want Me was at #1.
But that's
not
being
royalty hassles.
It's just that the money doesn't actually come through for at least a year. Like if we sell this album, we won't really see any royalties from it till next year.
Yeah.
Most of the people I meet who earn a lot of money, and I've met a few, haven't had their lives improved by it. We feel like we'd be a bit happier if we had enough money to just go up one level and not be worrying from month to month about getting paid and things. which is what's been happening now for, say, 8 years or something. But we're still making albums, which is what we want to do. If we don't have any hits, eventually people stop us making music. But that's our aim, just to go on like Frank Zappa making records for the rest of our lives.
We've got a very sort of northern attitude about money, in that we don't spend it before we've got it most of the time, especially as the Human League. We might do that personally a little, you know, we've all got credit cards and things, but we have a big tendency to wait until we have the money, instead of thinking, well, it'll come next week, the album's going to be successful, blah, blah, we'll get the money. We don't do that.
Will I see you again? I could see you. Will I see you again? Will I see you again?
Even in black periods, if someone had have come up and from outside and tried to split us up, we'd have been as strong as iron, you know. We won't do it for anyone else. We're very, you know, it's a unit, the three of us are together.